Allahu Akbar. You want to make some of that?
So a moment where you're asking yourself how you can reconnect.
What if I were to tell you that what you just saw, it is not a mosque, it is not a place of worship. What you just witnessed is Zohran Mamdani, the mayor of New York, converted the people's house into a place of worship, into an event for Ramadan for Muslims. And people are outraged online. And the reason is because this comes days after there was a failed terrorist attack in New York City. And Zohran Mamdani couldn't bring himself to condemn the attack. Zohran Mamdani still haven't even congratulated or even recognized the police officers that put themselves in danger that day to stop that terror attack. Welcome, my name is Shane and this is the Shane Earl Show. If you want daily reporting on what's going on in America without bias, please consider subscribing. Let us get into it by taking a look at this video of Zohran Mamdani doing a TikTok with these Muslim influencers. Take a look.
So I just became the mayor of New York.
Mayor of New York City. You guys know how hard that is?
It is.
Like, he can control the funding and everything like that. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So we're focused on like how to make the most expensive city in America like affordable for everybody.
Most expensive city. Like, you guys know how crazy that is, right?
It is.
Okay, so
Takes talent.
Okay, so like back to the work, right? So every day we're just trying to ask ourselves like, what can City Hall do? How can we deliver universal childcare?
Childcare. That's very important. And the fact that you're even thinking about that shows how good of a person he is.
All right, let me stop that right there. So Zohran Mamdani and these influencers, they're standing in front of a painting of James Monroe. And I'm wondering what he would think about what's going on in America today, especially a mayor that doesn't seem to care about his constituents, a mayor that is trying to tax his people, the people of New York, into oblivion. My issue with this is that instead of hosting a whole bunch of TikTok influencers in City Hall, why not bring in the police officers? The police officers who put themselves on the line that day of the terror attack. Because if you haven't seen the video, you should go watch it on my channel. But basically what happened is after one of these suspects, they threw a device, which seemed to be an explosive device. The police officer immediately sprung into action to prevent the loss of life. And Zohran Mamdani, he doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about our boys in blue. What he cares about is looking good for TikTok. And I have another video here to show you of another influencer that was in City Hall, just to show you exactly what is going on in the people's house. Take a look.
And at the end of the day, all I have to say is, Allahu Akbar.
So in that video, that was Zohran Mamdani handing out some form of treat to these influencers. I haven't seen him done anything for the boys in blue, for the NYPD officers. And the other day, some NYPD officers were attacked in a park when there was a whole bunch of snow in New York. And what Zohran Mamdani, he came out and what did he say? He said, oh, it's just a snowball fight in the park. When the officers, they were all busted up. But this is what Zohran Mamdani cares about, hosting influencers in the people's house. And one of the reasons why people are pissed off as well is because Zohran Mamdani, he hosted a pro-Hamas sympathizer, Khalil Mahmoud. I think that is his name. And take a look at this reporting.
Now, New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani and his wife Rama Douaji are facing fresh backlash after new controversy erupted around a dinner at the mayor's official residence. The couple hosted pro-Palestinian activist Mahmoud Khalil at the Gracie Mansion on Monday for a Ramzan Iftar dinner. Well, the gathering was meant to break the daily fast during the Muslim holy month. Mamdani said the dinner also marked 1 year since Khalil's arrest by US immigration authorities. Photos from the evening were shared on social media. One image showed Douaji standing with a plate of food while Khalil sat smiling at the table with his family. Mamdani wrote that he and his wife were honored to host Khalil, his wife Noor, and their son Dean. The post immediately sparked controversy. Critics say Khalil became a leading face of anti-Israel protests at Columbia University after the Gaza war began.
So Mahmoud Khalil is an alleged pro-Hamas sympathizer. And basically, he was arrested by ICE a couple months ago to a year ago because he was hosting a whole bunch of demonstration, anti-American demonstration, anti-Israel demonstration at Columbia University in New York. And Zohran Mamdani and his wife probably know that this guy is being alleged of being a pro-Hamas sympathizer. But they still felt the need to host him at their residence. Why not host the cops? There are plenty of heroes throughout New York City. Why not host someone from 9/11? One of these firefighters, one of these police officers. Why not recognize these individuals? But I don't think Zohran Mamdani would do anything like that. But it also makes sense because Zohran Mamdani's wife is also being accused of being a pro-Hamas sympathizer as well. That she liked a whole bunch of tweets and posts on social media regarding the October 7th attack on Israel. That is what's being alleged. And I have a reporting here to show you as well. Take a look at this.
A report revealing that New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani's wife liked these anti-Israel social media posts, including the protests you just saw, and another picturing a bulldozer used by Hamas terrorists to enter Israel on October 7th.
Based on this reporting, Zohran Mamdani's wife, Rama Duwagushi, or Duwaji, I think that is how you pronounce it. I cannot pronounce these names. These Middle Eastern names, I think it's from the Middle East. But basically, what she did, she was online liking a whole bunch of posts regarding October 7th, allegedly. Liking a whole bunch of posts by Hamas or Hamas-related posts. And if you don't know who Hamas is, I'm mentioning this name, right? But it's basically that terror group that carried out that attack on Israel a couple years ago, I think in 2023. And Zohran Mamdani, he was asked about his wife liking these posts, and this was his response. Take a look.
You should have a chance, I think, to respond to this. It's an off-topic question. I'd like to know what your reaction was to the article in the Jewish Insider that was posted about your wife's social media activity. And what I'm wondering is, you're an elected official. She is not. Is it anybody's business, and is it fair to question you about it?
My wife is the love of my life, and she's also a private person who has held no formal position on my campaign or in my city hall. I, however, was elected to represent all 8.5 million people in this city, and I believe that it's my responsibility, because of that role, to answer any questions about my thoughts and my policies and my decisions.
So that reporter is fake news, and that reporter is biased. How is it not the people's business? Sure, she's a private person. Everyone is entitled to free speech. But at the end of the day, he's the mayor, and that's his wife. I bet if Melania Trump would go out and like something regarding some racist post, it'll be all over CNN, all over MSNBC. But since it's Zohran Mamdani's wife, she's a private person. And Zohran Mamdani could not even bring himself right here to say, hey, I do not agree with any of that. I do not agree with liking such posts. And there's another video that I want to show you. It came out of Newark, New Jersey, in front of City Hall as well, where these group of politicians, I think they were politicians, raising a flag, a Muslim heritage flag. And I want you to take a look at this. And the reason why we're talking about this is because a lot of people online are talking about it as well. And I want to show you exactly what people are saying. Take a look at this.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
And let me know in the comments below, how do you feel about the raising of this flag in front of City Hall? And there's another story that I want to talk about as well. Because this story, I was going to do a whole video on it, but I couldn't really find much media on it. And I don't want to bore you guys. But basically, there's this guy in Virginia. His name is Saddam Alzan Salim. And he was born in Bangladesh. He came to the United States. And basically, the United States took him in. He became a citizen. The American dream, living the American dream. Then he decided to run for Congress in Virginia. He became a senator. And what this Saddam Alzan Salim did, he went ahead and he proposed a bill to infringe on the Second Amendment right. Not ours, but Virginians. Basically, he sponsored that bill that will prevent people from buying or acquiring assault rifles. And I have a video of Saddam Salim speaking on that bill, that SB 749. And I want you to take a look at this video.
We are one of the reasons why they don't have to go through those drills, because we made sure that a place that they call schools or home, wherever it may be, is a safe place. So, Madam President, with that, I ask and renew my motion that we agree and concur with the House amendments.
So that right there was Saddam Salim speaking right before votes were recorded and the bill was passed. And right now that bill is making its way to the governor's desk, Abigail Spanberger. And we know she's going to sign that bill in a heartbeat.
Some guy from Bangladesh just banned American citizens from owning firearms in Virginia. Saddam Salim, a state senator in Virginia, has crafted SB 749, banning all types of the possession, sale, etc. of firearms. It has passed the legislation. It's going to the governor's desk. She is a hardcore leftist and will most likely sign it. Saddam wasn't born in our country. He came here like 5 minutes ago in the year 2000, and he does not celebrate our history and our Constitution. You know, when you were a kid and you experienced those hot, muggy 4th of July nights, eating barbecue with the family, maybe holding a sparkler, watching the fireworks? He didn't experience that. Do you remember when you were in school, you said the Pledge of Allegiance, you sang My Country 'Tis of Thee, you learned all about American history, maybe you watched the cartoon about the bill? Saddam didn't experience that. We have to stop the foreign invasion of our country with people who do not celebrate American ideals.
And that brings us to the end of today's show. Please let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about Zohran Mamdani hosting that event at City Hall? Also, let me know what you think about the Saddam Salim guy. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please consider liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you.